Hello and welcome to another edition of Connecting Live with me, your host, Lydia Daydall. Well, we're about to be joined one more time by the White Rhino, Dave Allen. So let's get started and see where he is. He should be joining us in just a moment. We're going to have a quick catch up with Dave, and don't forget, if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask him, drop them into the question box and I will ask them end of the interview. Once they're good, you know the drill. Once they're good. If they're not good questions, I won't ask them. Hello.
Hello, Lydia. All right, love?
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I mean, the sound quality is not fantastic, but that's all right. I know you're just back from the gym, so
Hello?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
So this
I can hear you
quality is
perfectly fine.
awful.
I'm on 4G, 4 March on 4G.
I
Full
can't
signal.
even I can't even see you properly. Oh, I can see you now.
I'm on full signal 4G.
Okay. So how are you?
I'm very well. We're just on our way back from sparring.
Hi, Joe.
Joe Hayden, Joe's who's sparring Dalton Smith and Janae Boston this morning over at Grant Smith's gym. So, he's on his way back now.
How has that been?
It was good, obviously. Dalton's one of the best fighters I've seen in person. That's how good I think he is. Janae's very good as well. So, good. For someone who's had one amateur bout, for Joe to do 6 rounds between them is a great learning experience. I've enjoyed it as well.
Well, obviously, Janae Boston, who he was sparring this morning from Steel City Gym under Grant Smith, just announced his professional debut under Frank Warren. So that's an exciting time.
Yeah, I like Jane. He's a nice kid, and he won Danny's first amateur fights. And I've known him for years at the Ingle Gym. I was there at the same time as him when he was a kid. And he's good, very good. In a few years' time, when he develops a bit of man strength and that, he'll be very, very good. So yeah, it was a good morning all around.
Absolutely. And high praise for Dalton Smith. I mean, it's warranted. Dalton is fantastic, but we don't hear you say these things quite that often.
I think he sparred the Apple Yard a few years ago, and I remember ringing Danny and said, "Look, come down here, Dalton Smith sparring is unbelievable." I was went on to box Lee. He did well against Lee, and he some other good performances. But again, watching this morning in the gym, I think he'd be a world champion.
High praise.
Yeah, I think he'll be a world champion. He's very,
High
very good.
praise. So, how is the White Rhino getting on? Because obviously we have your return to the ring August 27th on Fight Zone in Sheffield. We're all very excited. It's
Yeah,
that
very good.
card.
As you can see, my hair and my beard's getting longer, so the fight is getting closer.
I must say, you look very old school Dave Allen.
Yeah, well, I'm fighting in 5 weeks, so I'm not going to cut my hair and my beard till fight week. I've got 5 weeks to go. I've got no opponent yet, but I'm on the bill. I've got Stevie leaving, Levi Kinsey, I'm managing on the bill as well. So I told people when I come back, I said, look, I'm coming back. I'm going to come back, and the team that I manage and train, we're in it together. So them two are on the bill. So hopefully we win in August 27th, and I box October 15th.
Well, obviously, I know that you've obviously looked after people before in your career. Danny Morel obviously would be one of the kind of names that a lot of people would know because you've been very involved in the start of his career and different things. But how has this been for you in terms of you preparing to go back into the ring and also having, not just one fighter, but you've got a couple of fighters now and they're all active as well. So there's a lot going on. How have you been able to manage everything?
Well, it's busy. I mean, I'm up at 6 o'clock. I train myself, and then obviously with some of the fighters I train, I've got Joe. Joe has a full-time job. Marcel has a full-time job. Bobby has a full-time job. Liam's got a broken leg at the minute, so they all train at different times. So out of the 16 waking hours I have in the day, I'm either training myself or training them. I manage 4 fighters as well. So I'm really busy, but obviously that's really good for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to be busy, so I'm very busy, and I'm always trying to do something, and whether I'm training, if I'm not training them, I like to write things down, what we might be doing tomorrow and stuff like that. I did a marathon the other day, so things are going really well. And like I say, like taking Joe out to Spar Dalton and Junaid, you know, stuff like that makes my morning. You know, I spend most mornings on the phone to Stevie Levy trying to explain things like how to turn the microwave on and stuff like that. Some mornings that's interesting. So it's always things are always different. So it's good.
Do you have anything to say to the boxing fans or the people that are on social media that are saying, we wish that Dave would just focus on himself, forget about the management, forget about the promotion, like give it a proper last roll of the dice for himself. But I mean, what you're saying is that you need to be busy. You like to be involved in with people. You like to help their careers and different things, and you have the knowledge. So, is it a bit of a balance for you?
Well, I've already had a career really. I had a good one as well. I was 15 in the world, headlined the O2, boxed all around the world. So when I decided to come back, I did come back. I wanted to come back, and the first thing I had in mind was I wanted to tell the people that I was working with, Levi Kinsey not boxed for a long time, Stevie not boxed for a long time, I never boxed for a long time, and I thought the only way I'm going to get them out and busy is if I box as well. I started doing a bit of training, and I thought, you know what, I've got something left in me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I'm going to come back and be champion of the world and beat Fury, Joshua Wilder and everyone, but I can come back and I can compete at the level I was before without a doubt. So I started training. I thought, you know what, I can do a bit myself. I'm going to have 3 fights the rest of the year. I'm training. I'm in better shape now than I was for all my fights, probably apart from the Brown fight. I'm in good bed. I'm a nutritionist. I'm training well. And people say, so focus on yourself. If it weren't for like Joe and Marcel and the others, do you think I'd be getting up at 6 o'clock to go for a walk? Because I wouldn't.
No,
so
I don't.
Because I all my life I've always needed someone not to depend on me or rely on me, but I know I've let myself down all the time. Over the years in my life, I let myself down all the time. I always let myself down, but I refuse to let anyone else down, and I never do. So the fact
So
that I
for
didn't
you,
take
for you,
things on,
is
I
it about
was
the
restricted
the
things.
accountability, Dave?
Yeah, I do need people to depend on me. Really, I need people to have dependence on me.
You're hang on, you're gone into a washing machine again.
Yeah, I'm back. What I was saying is I need
Can't
people to
see
have
you.
dependence. Can you see me now? Because I can
Not
see you.
really. I
Can
mean,
you see me?
I can see an outline of you.
Can you hear me?
No,
Can you hear me?
I can
You
hear you.
can't
Yeah,
hear me. You just
it'll
said
go
no.
back in a second.
If you can hear me, it don't
No, I
matter. You
can
don't need
hear
to see me.
you.
Everyone knows what I look like. So basically, I like people to have a dependence. Not a dependence on me, but I
Yes.
like to know that for me it's good that I can't let people down. Like when, sometimes I've got people training at 8 o'clock, therefore at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and at 11 I'm going to take me nan shopping. So I know I'm going to be put at 6 and have a walk, because if I don't, they're going to say, have you trained this morning? And if I say no, how can I expect them to then train as well? So it's been really good for me to have them around. So people that say it's not good that I'm doing all that with them, I disagree with them. And I'm coming back in a 4-rounder. So I'm not doing it dangerous. I'm doing it correctly. I'm gonna have a look, see what's left. I don't really know myself, and we'll just go from there.
How is Nana and Betty?
Yeah, she's all right. I only get to see her once a week at the minute. I'm actually flat out busy. I've never been busy in my life, but busy. But she's all right. I speak to her on the phone and that. She's all right. She's doing well.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's touch on, because obviously we are very excited that you are going to have this comeback on August 27th on Fight Zone. A lot of your fans are really happy about it, because when you announced your retirement a couple of months ago, people did truly believe that was it. They weren't going to see Dave Allen in the ring again.
Yeah.
So obviously with that, you are going to get those naysayers again that were like, I told you he wasn't going to retire. I knew this wasn't going to happen. Like, does that get frustrating for you, or do you just have to block out all these people that have such an opinion on what you do with your career and your life?
Not really. It used to really bother me when I was a younger man, but I'm 29 now, aren't I?
You're getting old.
I don't believe it. I'm 29, but other people's opinions don't mean a bollocks to me anymore. I don't really care. I do me, and I don't really have many friends in the world apart from my boxing friends. I don't have any friends at all, so I don't care when I'm not bothered when no one thinks about me. Why would I care what they think about me? If they want to come to my house and clean it and pay for me to live in it, I'll probably listen to them. But honest, they're not going to do either. I don't think they're not really asked what they think because
Mhm.
you know, when I realised it a bit ago, just like my opinion don't carry no weight on things I don't know about. So why am I going to listen to people's opinions on stuff they don't know about me? They don't
Yeah.
know me. So I don't care what they say. I do everything I do. I do it as long as I know I'm doing it for the right reason. And I'm doing it with good intentions. I'm going to do it. And you know what? Maybe these people are right. Maybe I'll come back and it won't be a success. But maybe it will. And maybe the
Mhm.
success I have when I come back, maybe it won't be my success. Maybe Lee, like you said, will win a British title. Maybe Steve will win the Commonwealth title. You know. So there's loads of different avenues I can have success in this comeback. It ain't
Mhm.
necessarily me winning the British title or me going back where I was before. One of the
Mhm.
people that I manage that I've given the opportunity to, through me coming back, that'll be success as well. So I
Mhm.
don't care what anyone says. I'm not bothered. I've
So
got a
let's
very good
keep.
team around me, really good people. Like, I don't give a fuck what anyone says about me.
I hear you. Let's keep on the positive. Let's say August 27 comes around. It's a success. You feel good. You look good. You do well. Everyone is happy. What is the plan going forward? I mean, is there a strategy in place, or is this just a take a fight by fight?
Well, I boxed August 27th in Sheffield. I boxed October 15th. I think that's at Magna Centre in Rotherham.
Yeah.
And I'm not really looked past that. I mean, I get offers all the time. I can't say you off, but big TV networks like, we'd love to work with you. And I'm like, look, hold your horses. I'm fighting well in 2 days. I'm working with fighters out. I've been enjoying doing the commentary and the punditry. But I don't look past August 27th. I've got a fight there October 15th, but I don't look past August 27th. I'm not showing the opposition yet. And while I'm sure it won't be anything good, because I won't fight anyone that's going to be a real danger. Because why would I?
Mhm.
Why would I put all the work I'm putting in just to to get myself beat? I won't. Would I? I'm matchmaking
No.
myself. I'm not going to get myself beat, obviously. At the same time, it's got to be something that's going to help me moving forward. And a complete punch bag wouldn't do that. So, I've got to be smart with it. But hopefully, everything goes well. Hopefully, we're back at the O2 in 18 months, headlining it. That's the dream. But maybe it's just a dream. But obviously, in my mind, I'm sat here right now, and I think, you know what, I'm going to headline the O2 in 18 months. But I'm also realistic to think that might not happen. But like I said, there's loads of different avenues of success we can have. You know,
Yes, there
I look at
is.
my own career, I look at Steve's, I look at Levi's, I look at Joe's, I look at everyone that I work with, and I intend on working with many others as well moving forward. So I I love boxing. I love being involved with it. I've been involved with it now for 13 years, and I love it. I
Mhm.
don't take a percentage of the people that train and manage. I don't take one single penny off any of them because I'm fortunate enough to still be involved in boxing. I'm unfortunate enough to still be fighting, to still be working in it, to still make a living out of it. So I'm just so blessed. I don't need to I've already got my success. People
Mhm.
that say you're not going to do this and you're not going to do that again, they can't see it, but I'm already successful. It's 12:15 on a Friday afternoon. I've just been watching Dalton Smith spar my young amateur fighter. That's success to me. I'm the most successful man in the world. I might not headline the tour again. I might not be a millionaire yet, but I've just spent my Friday morning watching young Joe, who I met, and he was dog shit when I met him. He's holding his own with Dalton Smith. That's success to me. Is that not, Joe? That's success to me. I'm watching Joe, and I've never been so proud and happy in my entire life. That's success. I would never. That's pure happiness to me. I'm not. I don't give a fuck for any money and all that. Money will come and go, and it comes and goes fast. But moments like this morning, I'm just chilling in the gym. Sonny Edwards in there, shadow boxing. You know, in between me minute rest, gives Joe a drink, tell him what to do. So fucking throw your jab, you silly bastard. Do you know what I mean? Sonny Edwards there. I love boxing, so I'm over the moon with it. That is success. Success ain't money and belts. Success for me is happiness and doing what the fuck I
Yes.
want, and that's all I do. So I don't care what anyone says to me.
I agree with you, and that's a very wholesome answer, can we just say? But let's talk because we've spoken before, like off camera and on camera, about the relationship that you have as manager with your fighters and the terms that you've agreed with, not taking any money from them and different things. And it's extremely understandable. You've explained it to me why the reasons for it that are your own personal experience and different stuff. But there will be people out there that will say, "Well, that's not very sensible."
Well, I had some great managers. Every manager I had was a good manager. All of them. And even if at the time I couldn't see that there was good, over time I could see that there was. And I don't knock any of them for taking any percentage of any fighter, but I've managed, I think I managed 4 fighters. And like Stevie Lee, me and Stevie are really good friends. I won't take 10 pence off her. So am I going to take 10% off her? It doesn't fit right. If I was skinned, I probably was going to get a 9 to 5 anyway. I don't know. People do say to me like it's daft, but I don't know really. I'm very uncomfortable with stuff like that. But
Yeah, which is why people are saying, is it the best idea? Because you're saying it makes you uncomfortable having to have those conversations, which probably isn't the best way to be in business if we're putting it on paper.
yeah, well, what I look at is my house is bought. Yeah,
Yeah,
I eat every day. So what do I need to take 10% of my mate's money for? I don't need
I
it.
hear you.
So maybe if I needed it, maybe things would be different, but I don't need it. So I don't want to take it. I enjoy it, me. You know, when she was 4-2s at Sheffield, she went over the moon, me. Do you know what I mean? I won't change that for all the money in the world. I won't broke that way though. I won't broke that way to want things like that. I've just totally even through by JD. I don't care about money. I've got no socks or pants on right now. I don't care.
Don't say that.
I'm not bothered. I don't care. And like the others and that, it's like I look at them and I think, are you gonna be world champion? No. So one to take 10% of 1,500 quid off you. What 150 quid? What for? What for?
I hear you.
What for? If you make 1.5 million, yeah, give me some of it. But I don't want 10% of 1,500 quid. Why? You have it. You box. I ain't box. I did what? I made a phone call and said, yeah, I'd like to watch on this show. Why am I entitled to money for that? I ain't entitled to it. Other managers, like I say, every manager I had was good. All of them. Even the ones that I'm probably not on the best of terms with right now, yeah, they was all good at a point in the time. But I'm not taking money off like Stevie and that. Why would I? Can't do it. Don't want to do it. Don't want to.
I hear you. In terms of the learning curves in this whole experience, do you still feel that you are, learning the game, or do you feel like you have the knowledge now, you have the wisdom of how boxing works?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know anything. I was with Grant Smith today, and I really enjoyed it. I was listening to him. Grant Smith trained world champions, and
A
like I
very
say, I
wise
trained
man.
Danny's had 1 pro fight. I trained for a pro fight, 11 amateur fights. What the fuck do I know? Only thing I've got is the experience of what I've lived. I'm 29 years old. I ain't trained anybody. Trained Danny and a few amateur kids. That's it. I don't know. I don't know fuck all. So, like when I was with Grant today, I just sit and listen to him. I had loads of questions for him.
What kind of questions are you asking Grant Smith?
He had a funny bag in the gym. I said, what the fuck's that bag, Grant? I said, what do you do with that? That's a funny shape. But no, it's good. It's like, I'm asking questions like, Grant, how many times a day is Dalton training? What's Sonny doing close to his world title fight? Or, stuff like that. Because I've never trained a kid at that level. I don't know. I know lots of things about boxing, but there's things I've not experienced. I've never trained a world-class fighter. I've never trained a fighter preparing for a 10-round title fight. I don't know the answers to these questions. I don't know. I've got an idea how it works because I was there. I did 12 rounds as a fighter, but I was never a boxer. I've never trained before. I've never been in them situations where it's like, well, what do you do with this? Or how does this work? And he might say things to me, and I go, well, I won't do it that way myself, but at least I've got an idea of how people like Grant's at the top of his game. So it's like, yeah, of course I want to listen to him. He knows he's been further than me in training. Like, he knows way more than me. So obviously I'm just there like, yeah, I want to take it all in and listen and take and learn from him. And I do that
So you still have the ability to be a sponge. You still have the ability to learn from people who have gone before you.
Well, people like Grant and, Roger Sampson's gym, we go there quite often. We go where Alan Tomlinson trains. Wherever the boys spar, I always go straight to the training meeting and I ask questions every time. And some of the trainers, not obviously not the ones that are the top trainers, but some of them are like, oh, Dave Allen's in the gym. But I still want to know what they think. I'm Richard Coates. I want to know what they think. I'm like, well, what do you think about this? Or what do you do with this? Or how do you do that? I want to know because you might have an idea that I think, fucking hell, that's a great idea. Like, that's never known that before. I take loads of things all the time with everything. I'm always on YouTube watching stuff. Not because I want to be I'm a good trainer already, but I'm only a good trainer already because I'm very good with this. Because I've been there and done it myself. So like when Joe comes, if he's not got a smile on his face, yeah, or well, he's not a good example. Like Liam, yeah, if he's having a bad day, I know he is. It's like Liam, I said, Liam, just fuck off upstairs, mate. Just have the morning off and come back this afternoon and have a good session this afternoon because I'd rather have one good session than two bad ones.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But in terms of things like when they should be pushing on, when they should be easing off, or when you should do a hard session and a steady session, when you should stuff like that, or certain techniques or certain drills on the bag. Of course, I've done it all as a boxer, but every gym is different. I went to Grant's today. There was drills there for the blows and different combinations, and it's different to anything I've seen before. So I say that in. So, right, well, that might work for Joe, but it might not work for him.
This might be a difficult question to answer, but what is the most valuable piece of information that you've gotten from someone that you've asked from being around them, like being in the gym like that with us? Is there anything that stands out?
I think with Jamie Moore, even up until I trained with Jamie Moore, right? So I'm 20, how old am I, Jamie? I'm 28, 27, just turned 28. And I went to the gym. I was training now when I was over at Jamie's. And I said to Jamie, I said, oh, tired me. He said, are you tired? I said, yeah. He said, you feeling sore? And I said, yeah. And now usually, you work through it, don't you? He went, all right, have tonight off. And I went, what do you mean? He said, have tonight off. So I was like, people think I'm lazy, but when I'm on it, I'm on it. So I'm like, I don't know, I don't really want it. No, have it off. So I had it off. The next morning, like, oh yeah, so I'm even worse. So I have it off. I said, Jamie, I can't miss 2 sessions, mate. He's like, no, trust me, have it off. Comes the night session the next night, how are you feeling? Just so have it off. So at this point, I think I've had 3 sessions off now, yeah. The next morning, how did you feel? I feel good. Went to the gym, I had the best session I've ever had. Do you know what I mean? Like, rest. Yeah. I thought you could never rest. I thought you couldn't rest. I thought you had to work like a dog, no matter how sore and stiff or whatever you are. So, like, I know now, when the boys come to me, like, mate, I'm knackered. Before, I'd be like, I ain't bothered how tired you are. You're going to do this, this, and this. But I realised you can't do that all the time. You know, you can't
Very wise.
work them. So that's what even though it's not rocket science, when someone like Jamie said, look, you need to rest, I thought, well, if James can rest,
it's not rocket science, right? But I think it's very difficult for professional athletes to take time off, to rest, to recover, because the programming is there. The programming to train hard and to not stop is inbuilt.
Yeah, rest is key, and I think rest is obviously one thing that professional boxers struggle with because they don't really want to rest.
Yeah.
They overtrain. I think overtraining is a massive thing in boxing. It's a huge thing. I think a lot of fighters overtrain. I mean, I was well known for undertraining, but overtraining I think is a massive thing. And obviously now we're in 2021, things are changing. But yeah, when I used to train when I train hard, I'd always overtrain. And when I undertrained, I did that fucking properly as well. Do you know what I mean? There were no in between. I either undertrained or I overtrained. I never did it right. So, and I think as well now, like when I'm coming back so much smarter because I've trained the lads. I know what's right and what's wrong myself as well. So, yeah.
I hear you. Right, listen, before I let you go, because this is only going to be a quick one, I don't want to keep your time. I know you're busy right now. There's a couple questions in the question box, so I'm just going to ask them, if that's okay with you. So there's loads of questions from people that have sent in about fight camp, Matchroom's fight camp that is happening over the next couple of weeks. And the main question here is, what fights are you looking forward to seeing, if any?
Well, I think Galahad Dickens is the best fight.
Do you have, because I know you're friends with both, so do you have any predictions? Can you say, do you have to sit on the fence here?
I think me and Barry, I've known Barry since I was a kid. And Jazz is a lovely. I think Barry wins. I think Barry will win.
How do you think Barry wins?
I think he'll win on points.
Okay.
In a close fight. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion at all. The first fight was the best fight I've ever seen live. It was at Magnus 2013, September Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury was there that night. Remember it very well. Those were both there, 2013 September. I think Barry wins. There's loads of good fights in there. An interesting one's Alan Babbage and Mark Bennett.
Yes.
I went to school with Mark Bennett. We went to school together, and I was fighting Alan Babbage.
Wow, didn't know that.
Yeah, crazy. So that's interesting. Lee Wood got a world title fight out of nowhere, really. That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's loads of good fights, you know. Eddie and Matchroom, they're the cream of the crop. They put the best fights on. The fight comp shows are great. I ain't spending £750 to go, but they're good. I'll watch them.
Are you excited about this new link up with DAZN and this new kind of, you know, entertainment platform that they're building, that they're kind of owning in on?
I'm not excited because I don't get excited about anything. I'm not going to get excited about something I'm not involved in. But it's good. Anything Eddie does is going to be a success because he's that kind of man, you know. He works that hard and he's that smart. So it's going to be a success. It is going to be a success. And DAZN for any boxer really is the place to be. You know, BT Sports, great. Fight Zone, great. But DAZN right now is the cream of the crop, and they're putting the best fights on because they've got the most money, they've got the most pull. They've got Canelo, you know, they've got all the big Joshua, they've got all the big names and stuff. And I hope it works out. But I hope every boxing channel that puts boxing on, it's all a success because the more boxing on the TV is the more opportunities for fighters. You know, if you're not going to get on DAZN, you might get on BT. If you're not going on BT, you might go on Channel 5 or Fight Zone or whatever. So the more boxing that's on TV, the better because more fighters are fighting, making money and making a living, and you're going to get better fighters and better fights that way.
Absolutely. There's a spin-off question from Fight Zone here. It's from Kieran Sharkin, and he says Wardley Webb on Fight Camp as well, and obviously Babbage. And he said, what is the outcome of this fight, and do you see yourself facing either in the future?
Well, Wardley will beat Webb. I think Nick's got a round or two to beat him because Nick's only got 2 rounds in him. I think Wardley will stop him. And Babbage and Bennett's a good fight, you know. Mark Bennett's a big, strong, tough man. And Babbage won't be able to walk straight through him. You'll have to box him a little bit. Allen can box. Allen has about 100 fights. He's a good fighter. I think Babbage, I'd have to pick Babbage if I had to pick. Pick Babbage and Wardley. And you know what? People said something about Fabio Wardley the other day. But you know, the funny thing about them is, they would know.
No, I don't.
They would want me a lot more than I want them. I know that. You know, they might say, you know, Dave Allen is this and that. They will make more money boxing anyone else in the world than they make boxing me right now. That's a fact.
Do you think that there is a potential of either in the future?
I'd box Alan Babbage, yeah. Alan Babbage, I think it'd be a good fight. I like Alan Babbage. Why not? Yeah.
Do you have a timeline of when you'd like to see yourself fight Alan Babbage?
I got no timeline, but it's August 27th, and then go from there. I ain't thinking about anything like that. I mean, I just want to enjoy it. I would like to win, and I'm going to take it slow because the people I'm managing that, I want them to take it slow as well. So I'll take it slow. They'll take it slow. Keep winning and winning. Like you say, you know what? I've probably got about 40, 50 years left in my life. I want to enjoy them. So for the next 2 or 3 years, take it nice and slow and say, if the Babbage fight happened, amazing, thank you very much. Amazing. But like I say, I've already had a career. I've had a career already.
You have?
This is a bonus go round for me.
Yes, that's a good way to look at it.
It is. I do see it that way as well.
There's a good question in here, and it says, it's from Shane or Writing, I think it is. But he's asked, Dave, if somebody said to you in the morning, there is £1 million contract for a TV deal, or you have to fight for the next 5 years, and there's a 50-50 chance you make the same million, which would you choose?
I don't get the question. £1 million for what?
So I think he means that you're offered a TV deal in the morning for £1 million, or you get to choose
to box or not.
No, to be on. I think he means on TV.
Okay.
To present, probably commentating and different things, or you fight for the next couple of years, and there's a 50-50 chance that you make £1 million. What would you choose?
I don't have to choose either because I think I can do both.
Good answer.
I'll do both.
Are you going on Love Island anytime soon?
I always enjoy people think I always get comments. You're not very intelligent. All this. I'll
You
do
are
both.
very intelligent. We've been
Yeah,
through this.
I'll do both. I don't need
You're
to pursue
extremely
them.
intelligent.
I probably will box for the next 5 years. Probably will box for the next 5 years, and I probably will end up doing the commentating and all the TV stuff. But
yeah,
I don't need to pick because I'll do as I get older. I believe myself a little bit more. So I look back at my life and I think I can't believe I did that, and that. And I think you know what I can do more than I probably ever thought I could.
exactly. And it does seem like your confidence is high right now. And I think it's because you're training, you're eating well, you've got all this different stuff happening around you, and it seems like life is very good for Dave Allen at the moment.
Well, I'm just busy,
Yes.
Like I say, I train 4 fighters. I've managed the other 4, and I'm busy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good because I'm always the bearer of good news. I like being the bearer of good news. It's like Levi, you're fighting this day. Stevie, you're fighting. Bobby, you know what, mate? Yeah, we're gonna sort this out. Yeah, Joe, you're sparring Dalton. You know what I mean? And it's just it's just goodness all the time. Of course, there's bad stuff going on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I just tell them to fuck off. Fuck off. Not interested in this.
There's loads of comments for people that have put into the question box about great to see Dave looking so well, great to see Dave sounding so well, really excited for the comeback. So that's really good to see that people are excited. Lots of people asking for the comments to be put on, but we don't do that here on Fight Connect TV. But yeah, so it seems like everyone is very excited for you to come back, and that's good, right?
Yeah, it's nice. The bit I always enjoyed about the boxing was always the ring walk, and after I'd won, go
Yes.
see the people. Like I always say, I always got involved in boxing for people to like me and to do something with my life. Mm-hmm. And we achieved that. So that's all. That always was and still is. And still is the.
Can I ask, have you chosen your walkout music for August 27th?
We're gonna do Fields of Gold because I think it's what people want.
Yes.
The people want to hear the Fields of Gold down there. A lot of people come just to hear the Fields of Gold, I think. So
they sure do.
We'll go with Fields of Gold. Nothing's changed. I've not boxed in like 20 months by the time the fight comes around.
Are you nervous about that?
I mean, yeah, I'm nervous to box, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm more nervous to box now than I've ever been before because it's a case of like, I don't know what's left really.
Yes.
So genuinely, I've not sparred since Yusik properly. I sparred a few people. I've knocked a few people over and that, but they weren't very good.
Well, there is a couple of questions that have come in. Obviously, wanting to hear your opinion on Yusik versus Anthony Joshua. What do you feel is the outcome of that fight? Is it a fight that you think is worthy of the heavyweight division? Are you excited to see it? And also then there's a couple of comments and people saying, how have you been since that Yusik sparring? Obviously, the video now that went viral of you sparring him, obviously people still remember that. It was kind of part of the reason why you were retired originally. So a lot of questions about Yusik and that kind of whole situation.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If they release the full sparring video that day, people are very surprised. I was boxing that man's head off.
Were you?
Listen, I was doing the alley shuffle and a lot. That's how confident I was getting. That's why I watched it. I think he might have been goading me into it, to be honest. He might have given me more success than I would have otherwise had. I was sparring unbelievable that day. Unbelievable. Oh my God. When I came out, when the concussion had worn off and I finally came back in the room, even though I was still in my pants. I still to this day do not know how I got into my pants. When I finally came back into the room, I was still in my pants with my hands like in my gym bag, and I thought, what bloody gonna happen? But I was winning that spar that day.
Were you?
To be fair, I saw the final bell, so I probably won that 4-rounder that day. But I think it's a great fight. Apart from Fury Joshua, it's the best fight. It's the best fight in a great boxing. And take away the excitement of it being Fury Joshua with the build and stuff. This fight probably be even better. This fight would be even better.
It seems like the heavyweight division causes such a, what is the word? Like there's always a lot of talk about the heavyweight division. You know, it's the most exciting division, arguably. It's where the money is, different things. But now we have the whole sort of AJ Fury, AJ Yusik. There's all this stuff going on about fights and put off. Are you okay, Dave Allen?
Bit hot that. Yeah, okay.
Do you need to have a glass of water right now?
All good now. All good.
But there's a lot of conversation about it. And then there's a new conversation brewing where it's Dillian White. Why is he not in the mix of all these big conversations that are happening? And it's the same conversation of he's not been given his dues. So how do you feel about that? Any opinions on it?
Not really, no.
Great. Okay, well, this has been a fantastic interview. Thank you very much.
I think Fury, Joshua, Fury, Yusik, them and Wilder, them four, the top four, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, Dylan White, he wins his next fight. Of course, he should get a shot next. We've been saying that for a while. He's not got his shot. But for me, Fury, Wilder, and Joshua Yusik, they're the two biggest fights in heavyweight boxing. They're the two that should be made. You know, the winners then should probably box White and whoever else. But
is there not an argument there that he hasn't been given the opportunity to prove this? You know, so we talk about the top four, but has there been situations maybe in the past where he hasn't been given the opportunity to step up and do that?
Well, I think it's been unfortunate for him. But as his life, you know.
I hear
his life. I'm sure if he keeps winning at some point, he'll get a world title shot at some point. You know, so.
Very good. Okay, final question here that's come in, and it is from Samaria Dagnan, I think her name is. But she has asked, outside of your own team, who are you most excited to see progress in the sport of boxing?
Well, obviously, Anthony Tomlinson.
Good friend of yours?
Yeah, so obviously I have to say him because, you know, we're best friends. So
has the boxing public seen the best of Anthony Thompson yet?
Well, no, because he's not experienced. He's not massively experienced. You know, he's not had that many bouts. A lot of bouts as a pro. He stopped them all early. Many amateur fights started late. He'll do well. He'll do really well. You know, I'm not seeing anywhere near the best of him. I think that's over 2 years away. I'm glad he's back with Roger. I think Roger's a very good coach. I really rate Roger.
They've got a very good relationship, it seems.
Got some very good fighters at the gym. Dante Dixon, Shaquille. Got a young kid called Owen. There's some good fighters there. So, yeah, Ant will do well. So obviously I look forward to him progressing the most because he's my friend. As a fan, Dennis McCann, I think over the next couple of years will be one of the top talents in the world. Yeah. You know, he's only a baby, but he can. Everyone at first thought he was a big puncher, but I'm watching him and I'm thinking this man can box. He can box. I think I look forward to watching him. I look forward to watching Nell Dubois. I know Dubois will be champion of the world in 3 or 4 years' time. Yeah. I look forward to watching loads of them. You know, but probably the 3 I mentioned there. Yeah, probably them 3.
Good stuff. Well, I won't keep you much longer. I know you've had a busy morning. You're probably going to have a busy afternoon. Thank you very much for your time, as always. It's been a pleasure.
Always.
I mean, you're one of my most requested guests, so it is a true honour to have you on.
I've not been my usual charismatic, enthusiastic self today, but I'm tired.
Well, you're in fight camp as well, so we'll let you away with it. Okay, this is great. This is the content that we look for. Anyway, always good to see you. Thank you very much for your time. I will see you, if not soon. I will definitely see you on.
It's real, isn't it?
It's real, yeah. This is us. If I don't see you soon, I will definitely see you on August 27th. I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see you then.
Big up Fight Connect TV and Empire.
Yeah. I didn't pay you to say that. Thank you very much, Dave. I'll see you later. Have a good afternoon, okay?
Good day. Good day.
Bye.
Have a good day.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.